Right guys, welcome back to our latest video. Today we're starting this video in the Transit with Nick. So Nick does a couple of days a week with us, and this has happened to fall on one of the days he is in with us. Right, so we are going to ride to pick up a car for a customer. That is something we do all the time. It's not irregular. Collection deliveries are a big part of our business, and they're a big part of convenience for the consumer. But today I brought Nick along because I'm going to record this particular car because it's pretty cool. BMW E30. We've looked after this car in the past. It's been into us once a year, but the customer has said there's a few things I want to get sorted on it, Jace. Bits of paintwork, just a couple of odds and ends that want sorting. The main problem though is he has tasked me with looking for a tailgate for it. Now, the tailgate that's on the car has always been a problem. It's out of shape. It's got a great big filler wedge in the back where someone has sort of like previously attempted to repair it, and that's going to be one of the biggest issues for this car. We need to go searching for some parts. Again, something I don't mind doing. Also, it's having an undercarriage clean, a re-ceramic coating of the rest of the paintwork, etc, etc, engine bay, all those sorts of things. Basically, it's winter, he's not using the car now, so it can come in with us for a good couple of weeks or however long's needed. But let's go and get it, and we'll see what we find when we get there. Right guys, just arrived at the customer's house, and there it is. Lovely old job. Got a winter cover on it to help protect it. Let's go and get that cover off and get it back to JW. We'll have a look, see what we can do. Okay, so I've got Kieran with me. He's the owner of the E30. He's just going to show me a few bits that he would like to get fixed over at the studio. So first up, was there something wrong with the boot lid, mate? Is that what we're going to show?
Yeah, we've had a nice sunny day a couple of years ago, and it looks like I thought it was keyed.
Yeah.
But it looks like the filler has just split under intense sun.
And it doesn't fit well here either, does it?
No, it looks like that has just bowed a little from a couple of hot summer days.
It's warped. So yeah. I have, unbeknown to you, I have found a couple of tailgates.
Oh, lovely.
Certainly in Germany, none in the UK.
Yeah. So
I'm going to show you those over the internet later on with some prices. Yeah. There are some new old stock, and there are some really good used condition ones. So we'll get onto that later. And then the other thing is we ceramic coated this, what?
2 years ago.
2 years ago. So we're going to go again. So we're going to refresh it.
Yeah.
Refresh the wheels. And then was the chassis underbody protect as well, wasn't it?
I don't think you did.
No. So we're going to do that this time.
I would love the idea of it just knowing it is not soaking moisture up
underneath
over the winter. So
we're going to give it a clean underneath, and then apply some built hamber and some Dinitrol to all of those sensitive areas essentially on classic cars, and make sure that it's future proofed. Well, I'm going to get in the car because it's freezing, let you go back inside, and we'll get the car back to JW. Cool. What a cool car. So customer said it might go, it might not go. It's been stood here a while, so let's see if it's got any battery. That'll be a oh no, that'll be a user error on my part. It has an immobilizer, so let's do that first. Let's see how we go. Definitely dead. Right, battery pack it is. Right, it's running. Let's get this back to the studio. God, I do love old cars. How'd you get the lights on? Gotcha. Stalled it. I'll get the battery pack back out. Give me a minute. Okay, it's done. Never leave home without one of these. Right, let's try again. Let's try and not stall it this time. It needs a little bit of revs because it's old and it's 4 degrees today, so a little bit more revs. Get that 320 6-pot alive and hopefully don't stall it again. Do make a good noise, these engines, don't they? So a little bit about the car when we get out of this little tight parking space. This is a 1990 320i Cabriolet E30. So this has got the 6-cylinder but 2-litre engine, so the baby of the bunch, but still got that lovely 6-pot sound without the horrific fuel bill that comes with it, as you'll hear. Oh, it does sound good, doesn't it? Lovely old job. So I think they're not the most powerful. I think the 6-cylinder one, the 2-litre, certainly from this era, develops 126, 127 horsepower, but very torquey as well. So it's not spiritedly fast, but it has got all the torque you want and it's still a very rewarding drive, certainly. And to be fair, I just can't beat the seat position of this era of car. It's just fantastic. For me, being sat on the floor, old school controls, old school feel. It would be nice if the heating worked. Hopefully when the engine's warmed up we do get a heater, because that would be quite nice, because I am freezing in here right now. But yeah, when he said, oh, would you mind picking it up, of course not. I'm gonna come and pick that up. Old school cars for me, definitely a highlight of our daily jobs and routine at JW. All is well. Cruising along at 30 miles an hour through the streets of Ryde. The thermostat is increasing in temperature, so hopefully we'll get a heater soon. This is obviously a summer car, so we don't really know if he even has a good heater, but I'm sure he will do. I don't know if you can hear that on camera, but what a lovely sound that is. Even for the baby model, the BMW 6-pot, it's just the one, isn't it? You can see why it's so popular. And you can see why the E30s are so popular as well, because they're just such a compact, good size. They were so ahead of their time. Back then, nothing was touching these, apart from the Cozzies. But really, not a lot else was touching them in terms of refinement, build quality, you know, and driving pleasure. I mean, this drives lovely. You don't need anything else. Great sound, all of the torque, silky smooth 6-pot. It's fantastic. But yeah, I'm going to enjoy this detail. We will video this from start to finish. I'll try and get everything that we're going to do to it on camera in terms of machine polishing, the underside correction, even the searching for the components the customers asked for. He's just said to me as we left his house, he wants one of the Blancpain Brennans, the modern day equivalent. So if you're into your car audio but classic vehicles and you'd like something with a better sound, the Blancpain Brennan is the ultimate stereo. So I've always fitted them to all my classic Fords. They offer you Bluetooth, DAB, high quality amplifier built in as well, and it will just be the orange, as is the display on this car, OG BMW, and it will be that same colour. It will blend into the dashboard, an absolute treat. Lovely. So they do come with a bit of a price, but I do believe they've got options now. So when they first came out, it was $399 for this unit. Picture of that here, and it looks like it's just come out of a 90s something, whether that be a Volkswagen, an Audi or a Mercedes. it just looks completely OG, and they have all of the modern stuff that we want these days in the head unit. I'm really getting into the drive of this car. It is absolutely lovely. I can see why Kieran loves it. He bought this as a bit of an investment car that would also be something he can invest in but have a good time as well. And I think looking at the prices of these, from when he purchased this little under 3 years ago to what this car's worth today, his investment has matured, but he's also had a great time owning it as well. And you know, can you actually beat that? Enjoying an investment? I don't think you can. Hands on heart, I think if you can buy a car like this and enjoy it on your weekends, enjoy looking at it, and it's still money in the bank if you need to liquidate it, that's a thumbs up from me, definitely. You cannot beat that. But anyway, I've waffled on enough. I'm going to enjoy this drive back to the studio on this disgustingly cold November day, and I'll pick up on this when we get it on the wash bay and show you guys what we're going to do. Okay, I just want to report that the heating system is working really, really well. Don't get that in old cars very often. But yeah, it is lovely and toasty in here. What a lovely drive. I can see why E30s have gone up in money, because they are the coolest retro looking car that still drives on par with modern vehicles. Like, I get it. And these chairs, they are the sport seats and they are the leather. They are very comfortable, much the same as sitting in a blip, much the same as sitting in a Recaro from a Fast Forward. They hug you, but not too much, just comfy. Yeah, great driving position. What a cool car. Could do with some more power though. Just going up the hill over the downs, the locals will know. And yeah, it isn't the sprightliest, but it's a great cruiser. I'm having to go down through the box quite a bit to pull her up the hill, because I'm sure this is a heavy car, especially where it's a cabriolet. It's going to have quite a lot of reinforcing through the chassis, added weight, motors, etc. But yeah, it's still a gorgeous car nonetheless. Don't know if you can hear that on camera, but that is just a lovely noise. What I'm surprised about as well, being in a cabriolet, you often get a lot of wind noise, even on some modern ones, but I'm not getting that much noise feedback through the seals. So again, just a testament to the build quality of cars from that era. Obviously this has probably had a new roof in its time, but certainly the way it's constructed, it's actually really quiet. We're hopping along now, it's sort of like 50 on a very windy, cold day, and it's pleasant in there. It's good. I'm impressed. This is my first actual drive in an E30 beyond in and out of the workshop. It's a nice day out. I like it. It'd be even better if it was summer and the roof was down, because I feel that would be the full experience. But I like it. I'm a fan. I think I just like older cars. Well, we know I do. I love older cars. There's just character. But BMW got it right. It's so, that word, ergonomic. Everything was pointed towards you, and that's been something that BMW have done for years going forwards. Like, even back then, the heating controls, the vents, the switch gear, the position of where the gear lever is, it is so comfy in here. Like, you would happily just go on a long journey in this car and it wouldn't be a problem. But anyway, we're not here for car reviews. I just wanted to give you my opinion on this old car, and it's lovely. And what a great part of my job to go and pick up weird and wonderful cars. You know, we are car people at JW. It's what we do, it's what we love. And to get the experience of driving someone else's pride and joy carefully to and from the workshops is just an added bonus. As it comes down through the gears, it does sound just lovely. I can see why people have got the 325s of these. Right, nearly there now. I'll sign off for a minute. We'll pick this up back on the wash bay. Right guys, so the E30 is in the studio. I haven't washed it yet because around this time the winter came. Up and down the country, it literally went from being, you know, pretty dry and mild to minus Baltic, ice and rain. So it's inside. I'm going to do this video now and just have a quick look around it and see what we're up against to round this video up. But it's back in the studio, dirty. And I've got myself a light to have a little look at what's going on. So, you know, to be fair, it's not too bad. It's going to need some polishing, obviously, to make this paintwork beautiful again. But on the whole, not horrendous. My main concern is this boot lid. We're going to have to find a new one because I'll show you that. It's literally warped and bent. And obviously, as we showed you earlier, that is not nice. So we're going to have to sort that out. But yeah, what a lovely drive down. I really enjoyed that. It is a lovely, lovely car. So, well, I'm going to round this video up now. Part 2 will be wash bay, undercarriage detailing, protection, and the preliminary requirements before we polish it. So clay barring, etc., fallout removal. So I'll get that sorted probably in a couple of days. But for now, hope you've enjoyed the video. Bit of a different one for me, obviously picking the car up and getting it back here and running through what's needed on the car. But again, what a cool car to have a drive in. And again, for me, first time on the road in an E30, I think for at least 23 years. Last time I bought and sold one, and I did run that around. But yeah, certainly in the last 23 years, it still feels as good as the last time I had a go in one. But thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one, and look out for part 2 on the E30. We'll see you soon.